Gabriela Nandi. I'm a Rwandan physiotherapist. Really, my journey started from a long time ago. When I was really young, I was always interested in health, interested in the body, in anatomy. I thought I was going to be a doctor, but I ended up loving physiotherapy instead. And physiotherapy also came about really because I saw that there was a bit of a gap here in Rwanda when it came to aftercare, so secondary and tertiary care, which is after the person has had the surgery, after they've been healed, what happens next. I then went to do my bachelor's degree in the UK, and once I completed it, I did my postgraduate studies as well there in public health, and then I stayed there to work. I had a permanent job and I was working there for 2 years, and then I think it was just God that told me to come back. I'd reached a place where I felt like it's time for me to start doing this for my people, for Rwandans. I really wanted to come home. So luckily I was supported by my father and my mom to move back home and start the business. That was in 2018. So when we came, the work was a lot more than we anticipated, so it took like 3 to 4 years to actually start. But basically the health hub, it grew into a concept. Initially it was just meant to be a physiotherapy space, but my time here I realized there was more, because Rwanda is an economy that's growing very quickly, but with non-communicable diseases, which are chronic conditions such as strokes, heart disease, diabetes. Those are the kind of diseases that you find that rise as the economy rises. What's actually one of the reasons I was really keen to come back quickly is because I saw that rise of non-communicable diseases in Rwanda. And I realized, obviously I'm one person, I can't say I'm going to make a huge impact, but I realized that if Rwanda and the population don't take a pause and think about it, and put things in place and put policies in place that facilitate businesses like ours, or facilitate spaces that allow for exercise and good nutrition, we'll find ourselves in the same place many other countries have found themselves in, where you have a high burden of disease for strokes and all those other non-communicable diseases. The reason why we want to prevent these chronic diseases is because as a country, it's actually a huge burden. If you have a huge number of people like that, then you're starving the population, because everyone is spending money in hospitals, on pills and medication, and it's just a vicious cycle. The Health Hub is here to help the prevention of NCDs in Rwanda, and that's where our concept came in, because once we had that goal, we had to include all these services. We didn't initially have the funds to have all these services. Each service came slowly, and we still hope to add even more services in the future. Our main clients are either elderly, but we also have that young group of people that is coming and is becoming actually more popular now because of the kind of jobs that we have. The type of treatment and strategy we use is a bit different from what most people are used to, because most are used to access passive care. Passive care means I come to you, I tell you I'm sick, you give me medication, I get better. Or I come to you, you give me an ointment, I smear on my skin, and it's healed. So for us, they come to us and we tell them, one, it's not going to take a short time. A lot of time people come and say, I'm here for only 5 sessions, no more. We just have to give them our advice, and it's up to them to then go look elsewhere. So we can't really recommend them to do something that we don't believe in. So for example, when you come in with pain, our first goal is to eliminate pain. Pain comes from the brain. So you have a problem here, signals are sent to the brain, hey, there's a problem here, please look at it. So pain is sometimes subjective. So someone can have severe pain, yet the problem isn't severe. So once we've done an assessment to make sure the problem isn't severe, like either they've had x-rays done, they've had a doctor's assessment, and we know the problem isn't severe. So we know the pain is to do because of how long they've had it for. How we deal with them is we take them one step at a time, and no single person is the same. Some people, you have to go the talking route. Others, you have to go the research to show them what the research says. And others, you just have to start gently. And as soon as they keep gradually growing, they become more confident. So products we use here are, like you see here, we have essential oils. So essential oils, what you find is when you add them to massage oils, they create a sense of either relaxation, like let's say lavender. If you massage with lavender, it helps someone relax, and it can also help alleviate headaches. You can also work with like tea tree oil, which is good for alleviating muscle cramps. Coconut oil, that's also good for joint aches. So we tend to, the oil isn't the biggest aspect, but it's good. It's supplementary to our treatment. So we tend to use different organic oils in order to make our treatment even more efficient. We use a lot of equipment. Yeah. So we use electrotherapy modalities to reduce pain and inflammation. We use a lot of exercise equipment, obviously, for strength and conditioning. So what makes us stand out as the Health Hub? One is the fact that we have a big team. We actually try to make it easier for the client who comes in. So it becomes more value for your money because you access many things at the same time. Yes, I did physiotherapy, but I have tried to get experience in many different places. So when I was in the UK, I worked in many different hospitals. I did diplomas in nutrition, in massage therapy, in things that aren't normally related to my field, because I knew that when I come to Rwanda, I won't just do one thing, I'll do multiple things. So I think for me as a physiotherapist, that's my biggest strength, because I look at a client holistically. The first challenge I encountered that I wasn't prepared for, that almost actually made me not do this business, was investment. The investment in any health business, any health-related business is high. For us, the equipment is expensive. It's not just chairs, it's treadmills, it's professional equipment, which is very expensive. And then not only is it expensive, the taxes here are so high in terms of import. When you import any equipment, we paid almost 80%. So once it reached Majidwa, I almost left it there because the tax that was so much. So that was something, the initial investment was something that was a real challenge for us. And even moving forward, we want to keep up with the new equipment, we want to give our clients new products. So every time we bring in equipment, anything related to health tends to be expensive. So that was my first challenge. My second challenge was trying to introduce a new concept to some people who didn't fully understand it. Most of my life I spent outside of Rwanda. There's things that when you don't live in a country, you don't necessarily have. So that was an initial challenge for me emotionally. It was very emotionally draining, but with time I was able to overcome it, yeah. The future of the Health Hub is to have many other locations to impact the Rwandan society, to increase their awareness of healthy lifestyle through all means possible. The key message I have for Rwandans is we need to wake up and start thinking about our health. We need to learn to invest in our health, give time to it. You just have to be intentional, consistent, and determined to change it. And if you yourself, you feel healthy at this point because you're young, you're fit, understand that what we do today is not for today. It's for a better future. So don't wait until the issues hit you for you to wake up, because at the moment that's all that happens. Wake up now and set yourself up better for the future. And to the government of Rwanda, they have been helping us so much by having the car-free days, the night runs. Honestly, that has made a huge impact on the understanding of exercise here in Rwanda. What I would say to them is keep going, because a healthier population is a more earning population. People age well, which means they're still productive and still giving to the society. And it's not a burden, a financial burden when it comes to poor health.